I know you're tired. I know you're tired of playing the same day again and again. And this is your sign to stop living in fear and start creating your art. The world has been waiting for you, and you may think that the world doesn't care about what you have to create and that it doesn't matter, but I know that you have this spark deep within you and it burns wildly and passionately. You're here for a reason, and this spark is here for a reason, and it wants to express itself through you. If you're feeling like you have nothing of value to create, it's important to remember that there's only one you. Never in history has there been someone with your unique story, perspective, your unique struggles. I know it's easy to try and strive for perfection, but it's your humanity, it's your struggles that makes your art impactful in this world. And you may feel like every story has been created already, but I can tell you for a fact, there is someone out there who has seen all the art, read all the books, and they are longing and waiting for that missing piece that you provide. We are all here for each other, and each one of us has our own unique string in the tapestry of this creation. There are so many people waiting for your message and the way that you deliver it.
Trust that path. Trust your desires. Trust your longing, because there is a desire that lives deeply inside everyone that is uniquely ours, that if we are not living its fullness, then the world is missing a piece of its ability to evolve.
The world is longing for you. You are longing for you to finally set yourself free and to finally give yourself permission to be who you truly are. It took me a long time to start this YouTube channel. I've wanted to create YouTube videos since I was so young, probably 10 years ago, and never really committed to myself because I was paralyzed in fear, and I kept putting it off and dreaming about it, but being so afraid of what other people are going to think of me. I uploaded my first video on this channel 2 years ago, sharing my personal experience with therapy. The video barely got any views, and I was like, I don't know, just putting this out there. It probably doesn't have any value to anybody. But a few months later, my mom's friend stumbled upon this video and was so moved by it. It spoke to something that he's been struggling with since childhood, and it felt like the words spoke deeply to his soul, and he listened to it again and again for the next couple of days because it meant so much to him. When I heard this, I was shocked. Never would I have thought that this little video with so little views and no comments really had an impact on anybody. You never know who is meant to stumble upon your video and what it's going to lead to in their life. The impact can be so much greater than you could even be aware of. And so even if you don't see a lot of likes or views or recognition for the art that you're creating, don't doubt that it might be impacting someone on a deep level. When an idea comes to you or you are given the call to create, it is a message from the divine. And it's up to you if you want to listen to that call or ignore it. You never know who is meant to find your creations. And our art works in mysterious ways, in ways that are even beyond our understanding while we're creating it. The only thing that we're responsible for is to create that art and allow it to be seen in whatever way it wants to. Now, how do we start showing up for what we're here to do? Step 1 requires us to align to our higher self. And I know you probably heard that before, but here's a way that you might have not seen it before. Say that you have an alcohol addiction and you tell yourself, oh, I've been sober for a week, for a month, for 2 months. When you say this, you are still identifying as somebody who has an alcohol addiction, and you're just abstaining from who you really are. It becomes this tug-of-war of resisting your current identity, and nobody wins. If you really want to change, you got to change the way that you see yourself, changing your identity into something that you want to embody. So if that's health and fitness, then you're the gym girl now, and that's what you do, and deciding on the daily habits that you are going to embody, and changing those daily habits and the idea of who you are so that drinking is no longer a part of that. And that part of you that you crave to be, it's already out there. It's just about embodying it every day and connecting to that parallel version of you that has what you want. When I made the decision that I wanted to go full into my art and my creations, I was battling the inner demons every day. And whenever I was going back to those thoughts of, I don't have what it takes, I'm not worth it, this isn't what I do, this isn't natural to me, I would just notice those thoughts and come into that vision of myself that is there, I would just take a step back and think for a second, wait a minute, like I've come so far already and I'm a creator of my own reality. I can just write a new story and life is going to start proving to me what I believe about myself. And it was really just these subtle changes every day, shifting me into new beliefs about how I see myself and what I'm capable of. And just like a path that is full of thorns, you've walked the same path so many times that it's easy, it's clear. And when you start to walk a new path, it's going to be full of thorn bushes and sticks and leaves and things in the way. And it can be hard to walk it at first. It's going to be way easier to walk this clear path over here. But it's really just taking it one step at a time and cutting down one little branch at a time until that path gets easier and easier to walk. So if you have certain goals, really start to write down and picture this image of who this person is that you're becoming. What are their habits? What do they like to do? How do they see themselves? And the clearer that you start to make this picture, the clearer it's going to be for you to align to it. The next step is to cultivate your inner artist. The more important a call to action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance that we will feel about answering it. But to yield to resistance deforms our spirit. It stunts us and makes us less than we are and were born to be. The one thing that you need to acknowledge in order to overcome your fear is to realize that they're going to be there no matter what, and to just start creating anyways. Every day is a battle with this resistance, as Stephen Pressfield says. When we acknowledge that it is going to be there every single day that we show up, then you can stop making excuses for yourself and learn how to work with it. A big reason that I kept failing and being stagnant in the past is that I was going way too hard on myself. I saw the path and I saw what's possible for myself, and I kept beating myself up for not being there fast enough, seeing how far I was from the ideal version of myself. If you keep beating yourself up, you're never going to get anywhere. Everything requires momentum and time. It's like right now you've got this little flame and the smallest gust of wind can blow it out. And so you need to protect this flame with all you have and nurture it, provide kindling and the things that it needs. Protect this flame within you. Even when it comes to friends and family that might be criticizing or projecting their own limiting beliefs on what you want to create. It requires that gentle encouragement to grow. Otherwise, that creative part of yourself is going to just run right back into hiding where it feels safe. And that's the thing about hustle culture. We're trying to be an instant success, and in the process, we are crushed by the weight of expectation. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Next time you catch yourself scrolling or overeating or doing any other activity to distract yourself, pause and just watch this behavior. Take a step back and breathe and notice what you feel inside. Notice what you're trying to escape from. The more that we become aware of these avoidant parts of ourselves, the more they transform. So remember to be gentle with yourself, including those parts that are self-sabotaging or avoiding. When you stop resisting, you allow it to transform. My method is kind of like gentle parenting myself. If I'm afraid, I just go, hey, it's okay. We'll just take it one step at a time, make it really easy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a success. We're just playing. We're just trying it out. And when we learn how to come back into this state of play and exploration and curiosity, it really can make it so much easier to get started. And I just take it one step at a time. Like, I'm just gonna put the supplies out. I don't need to get anywhere with this. I can write one sentence, and just making it really easy. And these little steps can be so powerful, and you're starting to step into a whole new reality for yourself. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with where you are now and the joy of discovering your art in a whole new way. Moving from fear to love. We start becoming a creator of our reality when we start to move from fear to love, from victim to creator. So here's the diagram of consciousness. Here we are at fear. And fear is not a bad thing. It's just part of the human experience. And it's here to give us contrast so that we can spark new desires. It's what we do with that fear that matters. From that fear, we start to move in the face of fear and act in courage. And when we finally accept and love ourselves in the face of fear, that's when you realize that there was nothing to be afraid of in the first place. But this is also important to note. To overcome fear, it also takes action. It's in our actions that we prove to ourselves the things that we're saying. where we learn to start to trust ourselves. Our beliefs need to start matching up with our actions. Work is love made manifest. It is when you put your hands and you build something where the love in your heart can be shared, can be brought into physicality. And that is what we are here to do. We are creators on all levels. It takes showing up for yourself every day, saying, I'm worth it, I'm deserving of what I'm trying to create here. And that takes action. The journey is hard and it's not for everyone, but I know it's for you because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't. There is this artist that depicts this journey so beautifully. Along this journey, there's going to be times where you fall and pick yourself back up again. And it's going to almost feel sometimes that you've almost made it and you've fallen again. But every time that you come back up, you are coming back stronger than ever. Don't define yourself by your past failures. You may have fallen, but you have forgotten what you've gained, and that is experience, and that can never be taken away from you. This time is yours now. God, creation, has been waiting for this moment to dance with you, to romance you, because once you start creating, it will be the greatest love story that you've ever known. It's what you've waited your whole life for. But that's a tangent for a whole other video, so I'll leave you at that. It's time for your next adventure.